Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. It is with a very heavy heart, a very sad heart, that I report that Andy Haman, IFBB Pro, has passed. He was a very close friend of mine for over 20 years in this industry. I remember when he first reached out to me to work with him. He wanted to earn his pro card in the Masters. Actually, he was first competing in the Open division. I think he was 39 years old, and I helped him do his first Nationals, and that's when we first met. We were working via email. I met him in person with his family. All his kids were little babies at the time, and I remember being in the hotel room with Andy and going over posing and yelling at him and telling him, do this, pull this, because Andy had competed as a younger man and then had basically taken a big gap, or big break. He was a wrestler at one of the best schools, and he was coached by Dan Gable, one of the best wrestling coaches in the history of the game. And to go to a school like Iowa with Dan Gable as your coach, you got to be very good. And Andy was one of the best wrestlers, and a lot of people who've encountered him know about his wrestling accolades. He was also one of the strongest guys I've ever met. Over a 600-pound raw bench press in a tank top. Never seen anything like it. And with, very low body fat. Just a typical day in the gym for Andy. He was a school teacher for a while, and then he decided he wanted to pursue his passion, bodybuilding, and get back into it at a later age, after he already had all his kids. And that's when he had contacted me. We worked together for a couple of years. We earned him his pro card at the Masters Nationals. He won the overall. I was screaming at him backstage because he was eating Skippy peanut butter, and he was supposed to be eating all natural peanut butter. But he told me, it's all natural, Skippy. His nickname for a little while was Skippy after that. But he got the pro card. He won that show. And Andy decided to carve out a niche for himself. And he created this persona. The old-time strongman, Mr. Incredible. He had a whole litany of different characters he would dress up as for guest posings and appearances and booth appearances. And he was a guy you wanted to hire because he had personality. And he would bring his son Sam, who started as a little boy. Now he's a grown man. He's married now. Very proud to say that, he's turned out amazing. I call him a good friend. He's competed before. He looks great. I think he has a great future if he wants to continue competing. And Andy would go around doing all these events, He did our Bros vs. Pros Strength Challenge here at RX Muscle innumerable times. He always was a terrific entertainer at his booth when he worked the Diamondized booth and all the different various booths he would work. Just bringing joy and entertainment. He would go to children's hospitals and see sick kids dressed as Mr. Incredible, bring them gifts. He would dress up as Santa Claus, Christmas time, to make everyone smile and to bring joy to all the kids and all the less fortunate people than him. Because you know why? Andy was that kind of a guy. He was the kind of a guy that championed the people who were less fortunate than him, that maybe didn't have the money to be able to do the things in life that gave them pleasure. He liked to bring pleasure to people's lives. He was very concerned all the time. Anytime something bad or good happened to me, he always was there texting me and asking me how I was doing and congratulating me if things went well. And that's a true friend. That's a friend who will always be there for you. Even if you don't see him every day, even if you don't talk to him on the phone every day, he's a friend for life. And Andy and I had that bond, and we had that understanding of each other, and I loved to interview him, and he liked to interview me back too. And we had some great conversations, both on video and off. And nothing will ever replace that. Those will be memories that are in my heart. And when I found out yesterday about his passing, it wasn't reported till today, but I found out yesterday. I had dreams all night long of different crazy adventures that Andy and I had over the years. All the different shows we'd been to with me helping him, all the different appearances, all the different crazy events that we've thrown. entertaining the people via TV shows or live events. Andy's done it all. He had the creative edge that not many people in our industry have. And I love to collaborate with him because of that great creative thing he had in his brain. He just knew how to put a smile on people's faces. And not many people can do that. In the worst of times even, as well as the best of times. And I will remember him always in the best of times. And in all the great adventures we had and all the great conversations over the years. So without further ado, I want to wish Andy's family, from the bottom of my heart, all the prayers and all the energy and positive thoughts I could possibly muster up to give to them to get them through this difficult time, because Andy was a very, very proud father, and he was a great husband, and his family is going to greatly miss him, as will our entire community, as will I. Andy, you're up there in my thoughts all the time. You'll always be with me, inspiring me when I need those inspirations. I know you will be there. This might have been a little long-winded, but Andy Hammond deserved it because he was that kind of a person. Very special, and he touched a lot of lives, and he will be missed. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.